Dolapo, we're in. Smooth 98.1. Here we are. It is gone past 6:30, which means it's Business Express for a Wednesday morning. I'm Sope Martins. Of course, I've got Rotus. Good morning.
Good morning, Sope. Good morning to all our listeners and viewers out there. Good to be with you all again.
And my goodness, here is a blast from the past. I'm absolutely delighted that we have got Dolapo Ashiru, who's the managing director of Interstate Securities Limited, and somebody that I have remember from previous Business Expresses. Oh my goodness, Dolapo, fantastic to have you in the studio with us.
Glad to be back and nice to see you again.
Fantastic, fantastic. So it's going to be a great show and we want you to be a part of it. Okay, we're already streaming live up on youtube.com/smooth981FM Lagos. We are also taking, so you can actually leave a comment on the live stream. We're also taking WhatsApp messages on, and Yinka Bolu, thank you for sending me that WhatsApp message. It made me laugh when the intern read it out. So we're taking your WhatsApp messages on 0809 440-981, and we'll also be taking tweets as well. You can use the hashtag BusinessExpress981 or just tag us at Smooth981FM. Either way, we'll be able to get your messages into the right place. Okay, so Dolapo, Rotus, we ready? Shall we do this?
Yeah. Yes, certainly. There's let's see. So oil and gas news. Oando has introduced a new subsidiary, which is a clean energy subsidiary of its oil and gas business. The federal government has inaugurated a policy implementation team for MSMEs. And then, of course, we saw the stock market appreciate again yesterday. So with as much time as we can use to quickly jump on those, that's what I wanted to discuss. So Dolapo, good to see you again. Welcome back. What do you make of, following Total Energies, Seplat Energy PLC, now we've got Oando with a clean energy subsidiary. What do you make of this move?
It's a very great initiative because the future is non-fossil energy. And I'm happy that even Nigerian companies are also trying to adapt to that and evolve to that. In business, you have to evolve. Because of global pressure, the world is moving out of fossil fuel to non-fossil fuel energy, and clean energy is the future, renewable energy. And Oando is taking a very, very good step, and I'm sure it will better the lives of individuals and also the entire ecosystem and the company.
Listen,
go ahead.
I'm a big fan of the move into clean and renewable energy, right? But what exactly does it mean for our oil and gas sector?
Yeah, the world is transiting, and it also means that our oil and gas sector is gradually going to have to evolve with it, because in the next 20, 30 years, the global demand for fossil fuel is going to reduce. But that of things like natural gas, will sustain our sector.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, so there was also news yesterday that Oando has partnered with the Lagos state government to introduce electric transit buses. Is this something that should be taken seriously? What did you make of that, Dolapo?
That's also the future, because in a city with about 25 million people, and that means so many cars on the roads in Nigeria. So that means the future is more CO2 emissions in Nigeria or in Lagos. So clean energy is the future, and Lagos as a mega city is also evolving to meet those challenges of being a mega city, because globally the world is moving away from fossil fuel, and clean energy is the future. So the automotive future itself is electric. So we have to evolve. In the next 20, 30 years, in EU countries and America, they're going to ban combustible engines. So the future engines of motor cars is going to be the electric engine.
Now, see, Dolapo, when you say that they're going to ban it, we have already seen history, okay? That when something gets banned or when something gets used up, it invariably finds its way down to our African shores. So as we're also looking to make this move to electric and whatnot, how are we? I feel like, isn't there going to be some sort of time of chaos between us accepting all of the combustible engines and then clean energy as well?
Yes. First of all, we're going to see a lot of cheap second-hand vehicles being poured into developing countries in Africa. You know what I'm saying? So we also see there'll be a global move to also give nations CO2 emission caps. And that will now force Nigeria to also evolve. Because already in EU countries and also in the US and even some parts of China, they also the global emission caps all over. So, and they're going to start to force other countries in the world to also maintain those caps. And that means that they're going to force them to also have to transition to electric vehicles and renewable energy going forward.
Now, Rotus, in that news that you shared about the electric buses, I saw also that part of that partnership would be about, what was it, providing charging stations. I'm wondering how, if that would translate also to like privately owned cars, and whether, you know, we would see more of individual electric vehicles maybe making their way on Lagos.
Well, I'm skeptical because, you know, there's no lights, and it would be
I forgot.
Yeah. There's also that issue. So I'm a little skeptical. But the charging stations, I think it depends on how they are fitted, whether they are fitted to be, because you're literally taking a cable plug and plugging it into the vehicle. So that how that to be fitted to, you know, be universal and built for both vehicle and buses and private vehicles, that remains to be seen. Or they are just specifically going to be focused on buses, that remains to be seen. But it would make more sense to have a charging station that caters to both cars and the buses. But I'm also worried about the traffic situation, because they've introduced lag ride or something, which is their own ride hailing thing for Lagos State. So I'm a little worried about what that means for traffic, but like Dolapo said, it is the future.
Okay.
And then and Dolapo, just moving on to another thing. So wants to talk about Oando. We haven't seen their financials released since what, 2018. Are there any update on as far as when we're going to get updated financials from the company?
There's some issue between the Securities Exchange Commission and Oando. And to a large extent, it has been resolved now. So we're going to see probably an AGM sometime in the next half of this year, where they will now appoint auditors to look at it, to audit their books for 2020 and 2021. Once that is done, then they will update all the financial results with the regulators, and all the backlog will be over. Yeah.
All right, good stuff. Let's talk SMEs, or is it MS?
Before we do, just to get a message in on this Oando news, Sifrey Ashe up on YouTube says, up on the live stream, he says, I would advise that they focus on its core business, make profits, and pay dividends first before all this PR fluff. So saying this is PR fluff.
Duly noted. Duly noted. MSMEs, Dolapo, the federal government's implementation team has been inaugurated. This, you know, what do you make of the what do you make of that?
Rotus, I'm looking at your smile.
So first of all, we're very good at coming up with fantastic policies, but our problem in this part of the world is implementation is always a problem. You understand? And the nano, micro, small, and medium enterprise is a very major part of any economy, especially an economy like us. I mean, we have a very youthful population, high unemployment, and the government is not really creating an enabling environment for businesses to thrive. You understand? Being an entrepreneur, entrepreneurs in Nigeria are basically swimming against a tsunami. You have to be very courageous to be an entrepreneur in this part of the world, because it's as if everything is against you. You understand? So you have to be very resilient.
You know what I've noticed? The politicians always look younger when they come out of office, but the entrepreneurs look older.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think something's wrong with that formula, but what do I know?
So there are a lot of issues there. So they need to focus on finance, skills development, marketing, technology, research and development, and these are doing business in Nigeria. I usually call it the unease of doing business in Nigeria. Doing business in Nigeria is stressful. You understand? So they have to remove that stress and encourage more people to do businesses.
On ease of doing business. So wait, you listed a lot of things there. What's the biggest priority for SMEs? Is it ease of doing business? Is it power? I don't know. What do you think is the biggest
First of all,
priority?
I think the major ones are finance and the unease of doing business. Yes, and they have to help people to, I mean, funding a business. People have bright ideas in Nigeria, but the fund is always an issue. You understand? Now you can regular banks will not listen to you. They prefer to lend money to the corporates, you know, the Dangotes, the Dangote cement and the big companies, but nobody is really trying to finance the nano, micro, small and medium enterprises. So funding is an issue, and your needs of doing business. Basically, different regulatory issues, taxation, blah, blah, blah. It's as if they just want to, just snuff life out of you as an entrepreneur in Nigeria. So we need policies that will cause business to thrive in Nigeria. Investor-friendly policies that will encourage entrepreneurs. In this country, the regulators behave as if their job is to put you out of business, and that's wrong. The taxpayer will come and say, they just want to, you understand? They don't want to snuff business life out of any business, so it's wrong. And regulators should be very, very investor-friendly, should encourage investors and make it easier for us to do business and create a very friendly environment for business to thrive. We don't have that in Nigeria, and we need to do that.
Okay, I've got messages coming in, though, so let me quickly read some of them. Quite a number of messages. Matthew Afolabi says, I'm a big fan of, this is up on WhatsApp, by the way, 0809 4440981. Matthew Afolabi says, I'm a big fan of renewable energy too, but I don't see a complete eradication of fossil fuel in Africa or even across the globe anytime soon, not even in the next 10 to 20 years. Well, Dolapo, you said 20 to 30 years, right? Yeah. So, okay. And Henry Emmanuel says, I'm currently doing my PhD in green accounting, and I'm also employed by an oil and gas company back in Nigeria. One issue that I'd like the analyst to address is shareholder value beyond the social benefits and good publicity. Dolapo, thoughts?
Shareholder value beyond. Can I take the question again?
Okay, hold on one second. Let me find it first. He said, he'd love you to address shareholder value beyond the social benefits and good publicity. Because I know, like, Carl Icahn had said that he was
of the climate thing. That's beyond the and good publicity of the climate or the clean energy move by the company, I guess. That's what.
Yeah, because I've seen like this push, right? I also know that Carl Icahn was very clear about all of the holdings that he'll have. They must be climate friendly and a lot of other friendly things as well.
Yes, I'll address that. And first of all, like I said, the future is green energy. And I like the fact, and businesses have to evolve. So basically, the music has changed. So if you are dancing reggae before and they're now playing blues, you have to change your dance steps. So basically that's what Oando is doing. So there's a growing market and a growing demand for renewable energy all over the world, and Africa and Nigeria is not excluded. So it makes perfect business sense for companies to start to align to that new reality. That's why companies like Total, Seplat, and Shell have changed their names to embrace the new reality. It's never good to be behind your market. When your market moves as a business, you have to move with your market. So Oando is basically moving with the market. You can't let your market leave you behind. So it takes time for it to grow, but it's cheaper to start it now and let it evolve over a long period of time than for it to start playing. It's more expensive for it to start playing catch up when everybody has moved ahead of you. That's why.
Okay, and Yinka Balu has something that is actually I have thought a lot about, right? So he says, first of all, show me one fighter jet or even main battle tank in Ukraine running on clean energy, and goes on to say, I need us to carefully separate the genuine drive for clean energy and global politicking. What is the CO2 emissions from Africa compared to China, where all the Western oligarchs are pushing for clean energy, have their factories? So I would like to know how Oando, that is not, well, he feels is barely properly managing an offshore asset, intends to divest in clean energy. We don't have too much time, so let me read a couple more messages. And Wahid says, oh, by the way, when are we also going to focus on CBN's outstanding annual reports as we have on Oando? The last was 2018. So Rotus, there you go. Little point of focus.
People are out for blood this morning.
And they really are. And Ogeno Ochuko says, well, it's a good move by Lagos government, but it would have been better if they partnered with a local vehicle manufacturing firm because it creates jobs. And final one is from Austin from Satellite, who says electric vehicles, but to see electric light iron our clothes is like trekking from Nigeria to China. Okay, there you have it. And that is that for Business Express.
Thank you. Thanks, Dolapo.
So that is that. I just had to read some of the messages that were coming in. So thank you for sending your messages in on YouTube. Thank you for sending them in on on
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp as well. And
Yeah.
Rotus, thank you, Dolapo, Ashiru. It has been fantastic.
It's been a blast.
And thank you for all the new sayings that you brought our way today on Business Express. We'll do this again, Dolapo. You must come in
will.
again, all right? And Rotus, we'll do this again tomorrow morning.